is forcing Losper and Upset away from their tower. Vladdy on the way across though. Fnatic trying to defend Upset's ability to get close to CS, to be honest. Hex flash over. Douglas on Miasma. Dodges away with the Warrior Trickster. The hook lands into the wall as well. Vladdy flashes across, the curtains open, and Douglas falls for first blood.
Douglas trying desperately to get some extra experience and gold, but ends up costing him pretty substantially, with Fnatic picking him up as a kill.
And nicely played from Fnatic as well. Douglas thought he was relatively safe. He pushed the enemy bot lane away. They wanted to get to their tower to try and pick up that wave, but his bot lane wasn't able to react. The Hex flash across from Losper means that Douglas was all
far enough behind that Sobro should just be able to continue to reign supreme in this matchup. So for Fnatic, no pressure to try and do anything crazy. Just keep the ball rolling in the direction that they have it.
Finishing up their role quests as well. It's, Upset now has his Razork is. Ooh! Losper looking for that is played in from way into the solar flare. The culling down onto Losper, but with Vladdy just around the corner and the curtains opening, Mike needs to begin to back away. Saren trying to get here, but a little late to the party. Could scatter the weak onto Razork. Unleash Power was not going to be enough damage to kill off that Lee Sin. Fnatic get a kill and then get out.
That forward shot from Upset actually did a lot of work. Prevented the follow-up from Douglas on the Scat of the Week. Got slowed, didn't really get into position to follow. Slow before they have to enter into this, but off these next wave and they should be fine. Douglas may be behind.
Way hooked up. Trading onto Losper. They dive in. Losper gets culled. Dragon's Rage kick out of Razork, who dives back in onto Way. Cyclone from Douglas. TP's coming in. Razork's just dead as Vladdy joins the fray. Shield of Daybreak. They don't want to chase him too far because that gaze could be petrifying, but Razork dies just before the Drake, and that makes it a lot easier for Heretics to set up. When the enemy doesn't have a jungler, I find taking objectives slightly more simple. Oh, Upset has to cleanse. Caught out with the Scat of the Week. Heretics going to step in as 3. Want to clear out this vision and the blast cone, and then we'll just
That's all I really want. There's just nothing to do with them. So now I'm very self-conscious of, am I being too harsh or Fnatic? So I'm glad you're telling me I'm not.
No, in that situation, I think harshness was valid. It just didn't need to be the way it was. They do still have a lot of tools in this toolkit. They have a lot of ways to find engages. As Razork looks for another one on Way, he's going to get Shield of Daybreak stunned. This tower down to a single plate means that Fnatic can just push in for it, and ooh, Sonic Wave. Way is around here in a way that he should not be. I do not understand why he continued to try and trade after Saren had walked a long way away.
Yeah, because as soon as that Sonic Wave connected from Razork, I was not wanting to play there as Saren, yeah. Especially when he has Flash, he has a lot of tools that can try to set up.
Trying to trade onto Upset, the culling. Upset has the Flash depth charge. Used as well from Losper, who does have a flash to get across the wall if he wants to go for a chase, but wisely.
Fnatic, Razork a little isolated.
Yeah, one of the problems for Fnatic is they're kind of getting gated out of the river here. As Heretics are able to wrest control away from Fnatic. Sobro trading with Douglas, who's now in the pit. Douglas actually going to start the clock. Sobro looking for that flank position. Scat of the Week landing onto Losper. Razork still flashless after that earlier engage. Sobro slices across the wall onto Douglas. Sonic Wave hits the Wukong as well. Razork goes in, but it's caught up with the Cyclone. All out on the backline as well as Razork's forced to dash away. Losper already down, the curtains open. Only hitting onto the clone for now. Razork secures the Drake. Tracing so low. Way going back with the Zenith Blade. Tracing dies to the poison as Vladdy claims a double in the pits.
Fanatics, they want to chase though. Deadly Flourish just barely dodged away from by Saren, so Heretics, they're going to look for a little poke, but it's a Fnatic win across the board.
Yeah, big fight from Fnatic. Oh, Sobro. This time the blast going good. Flash with Predator for the stun. The Deadly Flourish for the follow-up, and Upset makes the job done. Secures his first of the game. Sonic Wave from Razork. Can't get in range to follow that up with the Resonating Strike.
Still though, huge win for Fnatic. Yeah. Dragon, 3 kills for, well, 4 kills in the end for 1. And honestly, really great play from both Razork and Sobro, playing around the timers of the Wukong as
Saren is dead. Saren thought he was safe, and Upset puts him in his place. Second of the game, Vladdy takes the tower on the bot side. The game has exploded in Fnatic's favor.
So as that fight was kicking off, Sobro chased Douglas into the river. So Douglas had to use the clone to get over the wall. And that was basically what Fnatic were playing around here. That's why they were willing to go into Douglas in the pit, because they knew that he didn't have it. He burns the early Cyclone. It's the kick into the follow-up from Losper. It's only now that the clone comes back up and available. So yes, you end up losing out on Losper, but because you were able to do so much work, Fnatic with a great curtain call from Upset set up beautifully for that fight.
The curtain call also separates Seven and Hype from the rest of the team. Like, Wei can go in because he's tanky enough to tank a couple of shots, but Hype and Seven have no way of walking past that. Sonic Wave doesn't hit. Wei blocks his up with the Eclipse. Seven steps out of the back of it. Curtain call now down for the next little while.
Still, I imagine want that reset for Upset, because surely he has Finity.
Douglas hooked, has to use the Cyclone. Tracing trying to protect him. Douglas flashes the wall, but Upset's bullet follows him. That was great from Fnatic, greed from Douglas.
Yeah, very surprised that he managed to end up getting called. Or, sorry, being in that position to get called. So Fnatic punished justly, and now move over towards this Baron. That may have just been enough to get them the control they need.
Oh yeah, Upset's Cleanse about to come off cooldown. We've got a Petrifying Gaze, a Dragon's Rage, and a Dominus as Trayson tries to step forward, pulled back Miasma, Solar Flare culling down as well. Great scatter of the week onto forwards, lost but almost forwards. Vladdy trying to open up with the Noxious Blast. Hype dashing towards the mid lane wave. Wei flashing away from the Dredge line. Raz looking for the Sonic Wave, can't land it, doesn't flourish on the way though. Is going to lock him in place and he will fall. Fnatic have found two. We'll look for more. Douglas up in 4 seconds time. Fnatic turn their attention towards the Chemsol.
Razor tickling Hype at the end of that Sonic Wave, but not going to be able to connect. So I think Fnatic, massive plays again, like just getting control so effectively in these engagements, and now getting the Dragon off the back. We'll see it as we move on into this.
I mean, this is, you can't blame Trayson here. He has to step forward.
He has to face check.
Immediately stunned and then the Miasma's down. You're just dead.
Yeah, there's very little you can do. And I mean, it's good damage back from Hype, but it's Vladdy incredibly good health bar, Upset in the same boat. And Razor, you just see here, trying to chase down on towards the side. I thought was enough, but it's actually the pick onto Wei that really ends up setting things up here.
Yeah, nicely done by Fnatic. They get themselves a Chemsol. All of that play coming off the fact that Douglas was caught out in his own jungle. As much as Heretics tried to push their faces into the brick wall that was Fnatic around the Baron, they couldn't really find too much. Good thing for Heretics is that Baron hasn't been secured, and Chemsol, not the most powerful soul in the world. Like, it definitely helps when you're in these low HP fights, but it's not as impactful as something like
I will say it is pretty good for a lot of the champions that are on Fnatic though, because like Lee Sin tends to kind of play on that edge towards the lower HP, same with Renekton. Honestly, Cassiope even to a little bit. So.
And when you have things like Death's Dance, it just amplifies that effect generally, right? So Trayson trying to tank up through Vladdy, who is 3 items strong, currently sitting at 4-0-4. Trayson does have the Kainic Rukun, but most of his other resistances are in the armor genre rather than the magic resist. As Losper looks for the hook once again. Just setting up vision, looks to kick onto Trayson. Hype caught out with the death charge. Razzle looking to the flank as well. Good solar flare. Hype able to survive this. Sobro trying to get into the backline. Trayson still surviving. A cyclone onto Sobro. Razzle goes in, but the Pathmaker out. Unleashed power. Oh, Sobro just absolutely swept them. He just absolutely melted them. Crazy from this Renekton. I thought he was done for, but he's just too far ahead, and Heretics don't have the answer for a crop.
The Sterix gauge pop plus the empowered heal and damage was crazy from Sobro on the side of that fight. Still, Fnatic, they will manage to push on through as Upset.
He flashed for a 4th shot too. Like, that's sending a message right there. Yeah. He's yet to die this game alongside Vladdy and Sobro. Seven able to dodge to the side of the Sonic Wave, but Vladdy does not want him to escape. Another Sonic Wave hits, and the Scatter of the Week gets Razzle out of tower range. Fnatic will clean up this game and take us to Game 3 in this series.
Honestly, 2 pretty clean games on both sides. A few upsies from Razor, like on the Lee Sin with taking Qs he shouldn't have. But across the board, like I think you'd be pretty happy with that one.
We're going to hand it over to Finn, who's standing by with Vladdy.
Thank you, Medic. I'm standing here together with Vladdy after that game. That's a pretty strong bounce back from Game 1. What changed here in Game 2?
I don't think there is something that changed that much. I think we are playing very scared, and I think we're choking a lot. And I think if we just play with confidence, we're going to beat them. I don't think they're doing anything. I think they're just being passengers, so we just need to have confidence.
Yeah. Passenger princesses. So how is it working with Sobro on side lane? How is it like communicating with him regarding who opens where? Is it a smooth relationship?
Yeah, I think we're both speaking. I think he is very smart. He has a lot of experience. Sometimes he is doing some silly mistakes, but I think he's very smart on side, and we both get to learn it.